you're looking for a house in Tucson and you want to be in one of the highest demand areas that we've seen year over year, then look no further. Today we are in Redrock, and in this video I'm going to be showcasing a resale home in Redrock, talking about what Redrock has to offer, the pricing that's going on in Redrock. And this house right here has over $40,000 that you can save when compared to a lot of the new builds for the same square footage. So stay tuned, because in this video I'm going to break it all down. I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison. I'm going to show you the proof from the builder specs and pricing to recent sales in the neighborhood. I'm going to get you acclimated to why Redrock is probably one of the most feature-packed, amenity-rich locations in Northwest Tucson, and for the price, why I think this house is probably the biggest value that you're going to find for a home that's only 2 or 3 years old. So stay tuned, let's jump in. Hey, I'm Rich, and my family's lived in Tucson for over 150 years. If you're looking to learn everything there is to know about lifestyle, real estate, and new builds in Tucson and the surrounding areas like Redrock, then you've come to the right place. Hit that subscribe button to stay tuned in. Tap the bell for notifications so that you don't miss a thing. Now, some of you might not know, but I've worked professionally in real estate for over 15 years as both a real estate appraiser and a realtor. And in that time, I've helped a couple thousand people just like you buy or sell a home. So whether you're looking today, whether you're looking a year from today, let's get connected. Grab my contact information in the description. I'll put it on screen right here. You can call, text, email, or schedule a free Zoom consult so that we can meet face to face. Now, as I mentioned, I am out in Redrock, Arizona. Behind me is a prime example of a property that I think is one of the greatest values in Northwest Tucson, and I'm gonna break that down in the video. We're gonna take a tour of this house as well, and this is an amazing floor plan. It's right around 1,540 square feet. It's one of the most popular floor plans here in Redrock, and for good reason. You're gonna see why when we tour it. But first, let's take a little tour of Redrock and talk a little bit about all of the amenities that are loaded into this community and why so many people love it. So let's talk about Redrock. I'm walking through one of their main park areas, their village park areas, and it's absolutely beautiful here. Got everything that you would imagine or everything that you could want from a master plan community, to these beautiful walking paths, dedicated walking, biking, skateboarding. They've got these great parks. They got a baseball diamond here, several baseball diamonds. They have a skate park out there. They've got a water park over here. They've got 3 or 4 different jungle gyms for kids. And you've got beautiful mountains, Santa Catalina Mountains out here. You got the Rincon Mountains, you got the Tucson Mountains. It is very, very peaceful, and it's a great community out here. It really, really feels that way. So first, let's talk a little bit about where Redrock even is. So Redrock is about 30 minutes northwest of Tucson, right near Interstate 10, which is the main interstate that intersects Tucson. And it is perfect and ideal for people who don't mind a little bit of a commute, who want peace, quiet, tranquility, affordability. It really resonates with people who are downsizing, maybe working on looking for something on a fixed income, retirees, people who aren't going to be living in their house a full year. Maybe it's a partial year that you're going to be living in the house. So looking for something small, looking for a tight-knit community that has everything that you want when you're located or when you're living in that home. Now, there are a couple thousand homes out here, so it is by no means a small community. There are 3 different builders actively building, and it's quite competitive in the builder community out here, which is a good thing for people like you who are considering buying, because anytime there's competition amongst builders or sellers, it means that there's incredible deals to be had, which is exactly the reason that I decided to make this video. I have found, I think, one of the best values in all of Northwest Tucson, and I want to highlight it as an example of, I think, one of the best homes, bang for your buck, that you're going to be able to get. And so we're going to talk more about that. We're going to tour that home as well, so stay tuned. I'm going to do a side-by-side breakdown, show you the proof, the data, the comps, the builder pricing. I'm gonna let you in on all the little secrets. So you're gonna enjoy that. And homes in this area range between about 300,000 and about 400,000, generally in that range. 3 to 5 bedrooms are pretty common, about 1,200 to 2,500 square feet, single story, 2 stories, 2-car garages. You know, some of the pros are there is a lot of selection. There's a lot of builder selection just in terms of different types of floor plans, a couple different builders you can choose from, different building styles. Lots of energy efficiency built into these homes because they are newer. So the cool thing about Redrock is, because it's a relatively new community in the last 10, 15 years, say in the last 20 years, most of the infrastructure out here is new. So it's got a very new feel to it. Everything's in really good shape, from the roads to the playgrounds, parks, pool areas, streets, houses. You know, it feels like it's very put together. It's very new. It's got that newness factor to it, which I think for a lot of us is something nice. It's not, it doesn't show age, which is, I think, a positive. Let's talk a little bit about this area, because I'm from Tucson, and Redrock, when I was growing up, was just kind of starting to build out here. And so there are miles and miles and miles of open desert that are west of Redrock. And there are tons of mountain biking trails, dirt biking trails, off-roading trails. And as you can imagine, I spent a lot of my childhood, along with a lot of my friends and a lot of people that live in Southern Arizona, out on those trails, exploring on a dirt bike, on a side-by-side, on a quad. And so if you're someone who likes to explore, if you want to go trail riding, if you like mountain biking, this is really, you are perched at the backyard of the natural desert landscape. You got Picacho Peak out there in the distance, a menacing peak. I don't know if you can even see it here. Let's see. There's my forehead. You can see it behind, between the trees out there. That's an incredible hike. But there are so many trails around here that are just a blast to go check out and explore. And I mean, we are in summertime right now, and it's not cold, but it's tolerable. You know, I've been out filming for most of the day today. My shirt isn't completely soaked through. In fact, it's actually not even showing any spots. So, you know, the desert has its days that are much hotter than others. And then you've got nice, beautiful, sunny days with a little bit of cloud coverage, a slight wind in the air, which just makes Tucson a special place in terms of weather and climate. I think that that's a big draw for a lot of people as to why they love Tucson, the greater Tucson area. And this place, Redrock, gives you all of the access and convenience of Tucson, the history, the culture, the food, and it gives you better pricing, better quality products, newer opportunities, and it does it at a fraction of the price. So that's why I think this video is going to be exciting to tune into. And now you have just a little bit of information about Redrock, where it's located, and some of the amenities that it offers, because it's immense. There are quite a few. Now, since I started making YouTube videos, I've been fortunate enough to come in contact with people who are moving from all over the place. We got somebody moving from Japan. We got people moving from Canada. We got people moving from Puerto Rico. It's been really, really cool to meet people that are moving from all over the place and love Tucson. And because of that, I'm really curious from your perspective, what's got your biggest curiosity around Tucson? What's got your biggest interest in Tucson? Is it the cycling? Is it the weather? Is it the affordability? Is it the culture, the cuisine? You know I'm a foodie, so I'm all about that. If you want to talk about food, definitely get in touch with me. My contact information is in the description. You can call, text, email, schedule a Zoom consult. We can talk everything Tucson, and I can be your local guide and expert for when you come to town. You've got your itinerary ironed out from different neighborhoods to explore, different places to go eat lunch, different events to check out, and different historical sites to put on the list to check out as well. So take me up on that opportunity. Love to get connected with you. All right, guys, so welcome in to the Bisbee floor plan. This is an LGI build, which is one of the 3 builders that is still building in this community. This floor plan is 1,540 square feet. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and we're gonna tour this home. I'll make note that there is a split bedroom floor plan. We walk into this kind of great room area with a kitchen, very open concept kitchen. Look at the size of that living room. Just for comparison, 1,540 square feet, this living room feels like it's fit for a house that's much larger than that. That sectional is pretty large. There's quite a bit of space on the other side of that sectional, and there's plenty of space on this side of the sectional as well. So we're gonna take a tour through this house, and I'm gonna note some features that this house has that I think are a great value. We're gonna talk about the pricing. We're gonna talk about how this home stacks up to the competing builders in this area in Redrock. And I'm gonna talk you through my honest insights in terms of if I was a buyer looking for the most value that I could possibly find in Redrock in Northwest Tucson, why I would consider Redrock and why this home would be at the top of my list. So as we start, just take a peek at this kitchen. If you're a fan of dark cabinets, you're gonna love these kind of dark espresso cabinets. You've got black cabinet pulls to match, stainless steel appliances. This home is only a couple years old and it is absolutely move-in ready. One of the things that I'll note as I walk through the house, this house already has a lot of the touches that when you buy a new build, you're gonna have some added expenses. A perfect example is gonna be the fans and the draperies and rods. Those things add up. If you've ever gone to Target and priced out some solid, even Target, you can go Amazon. You outfit each room with drapes and rods, it's gonna add up on top of ceiling fans. So these are some small touches that have been done to this house to make it really appealing and move-in ready. And I think that that's gonna be a bit of a separator from new builds. The other thing is these pendant lights. Most of the time, these pendant lights aren't going to be included. They'll have pre-wires, and then it would be up to you to buy and install the lights. Got a nice lighting fixture to match the pendant lights here in the dining area. And if you're more of if you're someone who is more of a, would say, more of a modern floor plan and you prefer just having stools here, you could easily use this as a kids room, toy room, study, maybe a little office area. So this is a big room. I mean, this is a 4-person table that fits very nicely in there, but you could easily fit a bigger table in there if you wanted to. All the appliances are included in this house. You've got this really nice granite countertop. I think it shows really nicely with the dark espresso cabinets. And this house is absolutely move-in ready. Luckily, these sellers have taken meticulous care of this house. As you can see, they've put so much work into just making sure it looks really nice for the next buyers. And I think that that's what you're gonna get throughout this house. We're gonna take a peek into the landscaping in the backyard because that is a huge selling point, but we will get there. So before then, let's take a peek into the primary suite and see what awaits us in here. You have ample closet space. These folks are getting ready to move, so as you can imagine, they're getting everything packed up in preparation for that. Here is a look at the primary bedroom. Let me get away from the glare so that you can see lots of natural light from that big window. Easily fit a desk in here, and that's a pretty good sized desk. You know, in the video, this room is big enough that it doesn't quite show how big this space is. I don't think this is a king size bed. This is a queen size bed, I'm fairly confident. Easily could fit a king size bed. They've kind of started packing things up in preparation for moving. Here's a look at the primary bathroom. Walk-in shower with glass sliding doors there. You got extra storage over here. Pretty big walk-in closet. Closet space is never a complaint. So they went with this nice, this one is spec'd out with this nice kind of laminate flooring, this wood look laminate flooring. I like that they carried the dark espresso cabinets all the way through in all of the bedrooms, including the kitchen, or all of the bathrooms and the kitchen. So you'll find the same granite and countertops and cabinets. Okay. Now, when I say that the value of this home beats any new builds in Redrock, I'm talking about a couple things. I'm talking about the house and the condition of the house and the extras that have been put into this house in comparison to the price that you're paying. Now, in today's market, a lot of the builders are offering a lot of incentives in terms of financing incentives to buy down your interest rate. And to be honest with you, this seller is actually offering something that is superior to the builder, both in the price that they're offering and the incentive that they're offering to buy down your rate. We're gonna talk about that later in the video, so stay tuned because you're gonna save thousands of dollars on a yearly basis just in monthly payment, let alone $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 in savings just right off of the price. So we'll dive into those numbers a little bit further. You're definitely going to want to stay tuned so we can review those together. I will show you the proof. I'll walk you through on the computer and show you what is happening here in Redrock so that you can see the actual data for yourself. laundry room. Again, I mentioned this already, but both laundry machines, all appliances in the kitchen are going to stay with the house as well. Got this big shelf above the laundry here, but you do have another space here. I've had people ask if you could do a sink. I suppose you could. You do have a drain in the wall here, so if you wanted to have a conversation with a contractor, I'm sure they could probably figure out a way to incorporate a drain linking into the drain for the washer. That would be a conversation for them, but I have seen that done before. One of the guest bedrooms, they've got this room done pretty cute for their little one. Look at the size of it here. So they do have fans in all of the bedrooms. This is something that was not done from the builder. So again, just those little touches that are going to make it move-in ready for you. So you have very limited things to do when you move in. Big hall closet here. Lots and lots of storage space. See both sides there. And then here's a look at the third guest bedroom. Adequate sized bedrooms. I mean, easily could fit. I think they work great as kids' rooms. For this square footage, 1,540 square feet. This is very typical, about a 10 by 10, 10 by 11, something like that. So you could fit your 2 nightstands, easily could fit a full, you could fit a queen in here pretty easily as well with a small dresser. You do have plenty of closet space as well in these bypass doors. Let me know what you guys think of this floor plan. One of the first houses I ever bought was about this size, 1,540 square foot. And it was an older house, a much older house. And I'm always amazed walking through the newer builds like this Bisbee floor plan because they've utilized the space a lot more. Ceiling heights, so here's the test for any of you people doubting. That's exactly 8 feet if I stretch all the way up. So we got 8-foot ceilings throughout the house. Got a big slider in the back, lots of natural light. I think what's next is let's show off this backyard because in terms of the value that you're gonna get both in price and upgrades to the house, this is a huge deal. I think one of the biggest unexpected expenses when someone buys a new build is the backyard because most builders do not landscape the backyard. In fact, 95% of the time, they're not landscaped. And to be honest with you, sometimes they'll offer a package to do landscaping. In my experience, it has not been a very good deal to do it through the builder. However, when you look at just simple landscaping, you and I both know everything has gotten more expensive, from a carton of eggs to a gallon of milk, including landscaping. So this yard that I'm going to show you is probably about $20,000 worth of work. And for any of you that are considering a new build, that's a big expense. That is a really big expense, especially if you're someone who wants as much value as possible for the new build that you're buying. You know, let's face it, a lot of times just coming up with a down payment to be able to buy a house is a challenge enough, let alone being able to outfit your entire backyard with grass, gravel, pavers. I mean, check this place out. You've got the dangly lights. I don't know exactly, string lights, there we go. That's what they're officially called, I think, string lights. Dangly lights. I mean, that works, right? Dangly lights. We've got dangly lights at my house too. They're awesome. I did know that they were called string lights, but for some reason, dangly lights hit first, and we're gonna go with it. Yeah, this backyard is awesome. So whether you've got kids, whether you don't have kids and you just wanna be able to lounge and have a nice, pleasant backyard, you've got plenty of space back here for all sorts of activities. If you have dogs, you've got a nice cooler area for them to hang out on the grass. And as a bonus, because this house is on a corner lot, that is Picacho Peak. And you have an unobstructed view of Picacho Peak. That's actually one of my favorite hikes. If you're an outdoors person, Picacho Peak is legendary. Pretty treacherous hike. So if you like a little bit of danger in your hike, it is quite a steep uphill on the backside of that really sheer face that you're seeing there. Really fun hike. They've actually got like scaffolding on the back of that mountain that you have to kind of traverse in order to get all the way up. So lots of outdoor stuff to do around here, but you've got some incredible views from this backyard. Got a couple mountain ranges back here. You actually have a couple more mountain ranges that direction. You might be able to see out in the distance. It is just so quiet and peaceful out here. Don't get me wrong, Northwest Tucson has a lot of great neighborhoods. I think Redrock has flown under the radar for a very long time. It's peaceful out here. It's still pretty convenient. I mean, let's face it, a 20 to 30 minute commute for most people that aren't from Tucson is very, very doable. And you've got everything you could possibly want, from gyms, convenience stores, retail shopping, dining, live entertainment, you name it. You've got everything within about 30 minutes from you here. This is also, as I've talked about, this is gonna be one of the most value-loaded homes that you're gonna be able to find on the market. And a lot of that has to do because of the location and the timing, really. So if this fits kind of what you're looking for, grab my contact information and shoot me a call, text, email. You can even schedule a free Zoom consult with the link in the description. I'd love to share some more details about this house. Or if there's another one that you're considering, feel free to reach out about that as well. And yeah, this house is something special. I really do like it.
All right, guys, if you're anything like me, then you want to see the data. You want to see the facts, the proof. So I'm going to talk to you about that now. This house that we just toured is priced at $310,000. It's range priced from $310,000 all the way up to $330,000. And you might be asking, Rich, what is range pricing? Why does that even matter? The reason why is because there's $20,000 difference in there if the buyer wants to take advantage of seller concessions, which a lot of buyers are opting to do right now in order to buy down their rate, cover their closing costs, which will be about 1.5% of the closing costs. In this case, it could be $6,000 to $10,000 just in closing costs. That's extra cash that you have back in your pocket instead of having to empty your savings or withdraw that from your account. So it really depends on how you want to structure your offer, but let's just break this down. The first thing I wanted to show you is this. So let's take a look at what's on screen. This is the builder's website, LGI Homes, which is the builder of the home we just toured. And this is the exact same floor plan, the Bisbee floor plan. Now, here is the amazing part. Right now, this same house is starting at $343,900. So almost $34,000 higher in price than the house we just walked through. And it doesn't have landscaping, doesn't have window coverings, doesn't have any of the upgrades in the interior. It's missing $20,000+ worth of upgrades in the backyard and the interior. that the house we just toured has. So again, it's up to you. If you're in this market, if you're anything like me, I want the best deal. I want to stretch my dollar out as far as I possibly can. I want a sense that I'm getting the most that I possibly can for my money. And so that's why I'm breaking this down, because I think people appreciate this. So the next thing that I wanted to show you is, now we've taken a look at the builder and what the builder is pricing these homes at, which they're still selling a lot of these. I'm going to show you a house, a Bisbee floor plan that just sold from the builder. And I'm going to talk you through what someone else just paid for the same floor plan. You're going to be like, holy moly, I can't believe someone paid that when there's these types of opportunities right now. Okay, so now what you're seeing on screen is straight from the MLS. Now, first I want to just get you oriented to where we're at. Right now, this is the house. You can see this kind of gray line. This green dot is the house that we just toured, right? Iron Jaw, priced at $310,000. So this is the house we're looking at. This, oh, I got a little crazy. House we're looking at, this house is the house that just sold for $335,000, almost $336,000, almost $25,000 more. No landscaping, no upgrades, $20,000. It's missing $20,000 of upgrades compared to this house, which is a quick walk. I literally parked my truck right in front of this house to walk right here and film this house. So, and here's the key. It's not only that someone paid $25,000 more, that this house is actually priced $25,000 better. Here's the other caveat that I think is really important. On top of that, if we look at the details of this sale, scroll all the way down, seller concessions. This essentially is a credit that was offered for the person who paid $336,000 for the same house. They were given $3,800 to cover their closing costs. Now, that's great. It helps. Closing costs is something that's more and more common in today's market. Some buyers, they don't want to deal with closing costs, or they don't want to ask for additional closing costs to be paid. They'd rather get a better deal on the price, which they're going to save $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 in comparison to other competing homes just like it that just sold. Or if you want closing costs and you want to buy down your rate, get an extra 1 to 1.5% off of your rate, and have limited expenses out of pocket to cover your closing costs like title and escrow fees, real estate commission fees or compensation fees, appraisal fees, all that sort of stuff, then the seller is willing to accommodate that as well. So that's what that range in price is for. Really, really slick. And this is the comparison. Somebody paid $25,000 more. You're getting an opportunity on the house we just showed you for $25,000 less than this house, and they only paid $3,800 for this one. This seller is offering up to $20,000. So huge advantage. Now you've got the data to really consider. And if you want me to break this down on a more one-on-one basis, reach out, grab my contact information. I'll put it on screen right here. It's really easy to grab in the description below. You can call, text, email, even schedule a free Zoom consult. We can meet face-to-face just like this. I can break this information down, answer any questions, put your mind at ease, and help you move forward.
There you go, guys. Now you know why Redrock is such an incredible choice for so many people. And most likely, now you know why it's a great choice for you. There is so much to explore and so much to love about this, not only from the value perspective on making your money go as far as possible, but what you get in return for that in terms of the amenities, the location, the peace and quiet, the desert lifestyle, the outdoor activities, all of the amenities from the splash park, pool, parks, pocket park like I'm in right now, which is about a 30-second walk to the house we already toured. There is just a list that goes on and on and on. So if you liked this video, hit that thumbs up button for me. Comment below which feature of Redrock speaks to you the most. The area, the homes, the value. I'm really curious. I read all the comments and respond to them myself, so I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Thanks so much for tuning in, and until next time, we hope to see you around the neighborhood.